I believe we are live. Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome. It's me, Esty. I'm back again for another Aymo.Live poetry series. It's always so much fun to be here in this space with you all. So, hello, welcome. Super excited to be here. I am in the good old space of Houston. That's where I am coming to you from. So if you are here in the live, let me know where you're tuning in from. That would be awesome. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. And then I am super excited about the theme. The theme for this series, Unapologetically Me. Because, baby, listen, when I tell you being comfortable in my skin was something that I had to learn, it is not something that I always was. I was not always comfortable in my skin. I did not always like what I saw in the mirror. I went through a season where I spent a whole year not looking in the mirror, okay? So to be able to be in this space now where I'm healing and I enjoy myself, I enjoy my space, I enjoy my company. This is a blessing. This is okay, listen. To love you, hi Cameron, to love you is the most important gift that you can give yourself. The most important gift that you can give yourself. Okay, so let me introduce myself for those of you who are new to my digital space. I am Esty Marie. I am a multi-disciplinary, multi-passionate person. I love all things art and creativity. And I believe that art is something that you can use in order to heal. Okay? So I'm someone who has survived. I have survived many traumas, and I do not look like what I've been through at all. But one of the main things that helped me get through to be in this space where I don't look like what I've been through is art and creativity and creative expression. So I'm going to share a few things with y'all from my poetry collection. So I have a poetry collection that is available on Amazon. It is called These Dry Bones. And this is my story in poetic form. It shares my testimony. What? Thank you, Elizabeth. It shares my testimony of overcoming overcoming a lot of things that definitely trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. I've survived some things, some abuses, and some other things that definitely I thought was gonna have me in the crazy house. But instead of it putting me in the crazy house, I wrote it out, I painted it out, I danced it out. So that is where we are with that. So I'm gonna share some things from this book and some things that are not in the book, some things that came about after. So we're gonna get into Unapologetically Me. Like this is the real, raw, unfiltered story. We're on social platforms and things, but it's heavy, but it's hopeful because I'm hopeful. So it's me in a book form. And there is a poetic photo series in there that mirrors the that mirrors the process that I went through of feeling like I was dead, feeling like I was just going through the motions of life existing. So you see like me in full skeleton makeup, which I did myself, y'all. Full skeleton makeup, going from dry bones to coming back to life. And the whole book mirrors Ezekiel 37 in the Bible, and it talks about the Valley of the Dry Bones story. That story is so, it has such a place in my heart because it talks about being hopeful, even in the midst of what looks like a dead thing, what looks like could no longer be any type of hope. Being able to speak life and come back from that place. That's what this book is about. That's what that chapter is about. And that's what I'm about, y'all. We not staying in dry places, okay? Not if you're around me. If you're around me, we not staying in dry places. We are speaking life and we are coming out of it, okay? So let's get into some of this right here. So this piece is called The Mirror. And like I said, I spent like a whole year not looking in the mirror, okay? Sidebar. Have you ever taken a look at yourself? I mean, past the reflection. Have you ever really looked at you? I looked at myself today, and there was more than just a face. There were the broken dreams of little girls who've been touched inappropriately by their older brother's friends. There was the self-esteem of the chocolate girls who grew up with nappy hair, feeling like they needed to wear it straight to maybe be beautiful. There were the eyes of women who feared vulnerability because to give another person access to hurt them again seemed like insanity. I wanted to look away, but I stood in the bathroom mirror and I stared at the dry bones of a nation of women who refused to allow old hurts and old fears to drive the car headed to their future. I saw the millions of women being healed by the love of the Father, being restored to who they were created to be, cultivators, capturing vision, and creating beautiful masterpieces on life's canvas. Have you ever stopped to take a look at yourself in the mirror? Please tell me what you see. And that's that piece. Yes, I wanted to look away. Like I said, y'all. And the funny part about that time is my whole apartment, my whole apartment was decorated with mirrors. Like I had the cute little heart mirrors, circle mirrors, like all these little cute shaped mirrors. And I had like a whole mirror wall. And I was in just this negative space where I did not even want to look at myself in the mirror because I was just so bogged down with everything that I had gone through. And in that time, I had stopped writing. I had stopped creating. I had stopped doing the very thing that helped me get through every crazy situation in my life, right? It was crazy times. But, we keep living and we learn, and all these experiences help shape us into who we are. So no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've been through, one, you can get through it. And two, you can do it with a smile. It shapes you. It helps make up who you are and your personality. I promise you. Even what feels like it's not working for you is working for you. Okay? So this piece right here. So let's talk about it real quick. Relationships. Okay? Because when you are not healed and you try to enter into relationships with people and you yourself are coming from a broken, unhealed place, you will end up in spaces that you have no business being in, okay? And so I was in a space that I knew I shouldn't have been in, y'all. I knew, but I went anyway. And this piece comes from walking away from that space. It's untitled. Beware of the wolves. She was aware he was a wolf, which is why that silver ring must have burned. But this moment, she was freed. Those words gave her wings. She went flying towards abandoned dreams. This silence in the room was deafening. He couldn't believe it was she who found the courage to leave. She was done. There was no turning back now. Out the door to new possibilities. She said her final words and left. And the new chapter begins at the close of that conversation. Baby, listen. Listen. We cannot ignore the red flags that be all in our face, you know, because they be there. And trauma and different things will just have us thinking we can ignore them or we can fix it. No. You can't fix another person. Yep, we've all been a little self-destructive, just a little bit. Yeah, you can't fix another person. You can fix you. You can work on fixing you, but you can't fix nobody else, baby, okay? And so, yeah, we're gonna leave that one right there. Leave the wolves where they lay, okay? Don't try and force it, boo. Let it go. I have a few more from the book that I want to share, and then I'm going to share something else. So, okay, since we're talking about Unapologetically Me, I have my faith is very much a part of who I am. While I did not grow up like in church, I grew up believing in the Lord, and I grew up reading my Bible, but I also grew up like with a lot of different things that I experienced. And so all these things had me in a space where, you know, sometimes life gets to lifing and we get to questioning like, how, God, what is happening here? So that's where this piece comes from. It's called Mustard Seed. If all it takes is the faith of a mustard seed, does this mean that I really don't believe? The woman was made well with just one touch because she knew in her heart she would be made whole. But when I pray, I think I believe. Yet the enemy must be laughing at me. It seems the pain is more intense. Now I'm almost crying. This doesn't make sense. I know it takes a mustard seed to move a mountain. How much lack is in me? That pain in my body refuses to leave. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. Without faith, it's impossible to win. We've all had moments where our whole system has been tested. Hello. We all have moments where what we stand on has been tested. But we stand, and we stand still, okay? Because there's always an appointed time for a thing. And even though we may have a desire to come out of a thing or for something to stop or something to end, we don't go through anything in this life without it shaping us or bringing something out of us. So if you are in something right now, if you're facing something right now that feels hard, that feels heavy, I want to encourage you that even in the midst of what feels too heavy, you have the strength, or you wouldn't be in the situation. Crazy as that sounds, you have the strength or you wouldn't be in the situation. Believe that. Hold on to that and begin looking at things differently. It causes for a perspective shift in order to get through the thing. Because a lot of times we want out of the thing, but we're supposed to go through the thing. Okay? Yeah. I don't know who that's for, but I hope it encourages you. And when I say loving self is something that's important, this piece right here is called enemies, because I mean, you know, how many people are we are our worst critic? I know I can be very hard on myself because that perfectionist mentality, gotta let it go. Because nobody's perfect, but we have this idea of like being perfect and just all the things, and experiencing some of the traumas that I have experienced as a child, it will have you critical of yourself in ways that are very unhealthy. And so I spent many years looking at myself in a negative light. And through a lot of work, through a lot of healing, and a lot of creating, I was able to transition the way I thought about myself. But this piece right here is called enemies. Everyone has enemies, but I have found that my biggest enemy is me, the inner me, the me that no one else can see, the me that talks me out of things, the me that doesn't like what she sees. I live by a hospital, y'all. The me that tears me down before anyone else can. The me who convinces me no one else understands. People will always have enemies, but I don't worry about them. My worst enemy is the inner me, the me that can't accept love from anyone. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The inner me begins to speak. Most people have enemies. My biggest enemy is the inner me, constantly trying to self-destruct. A lot of people have enemies. My worst enemy is the inner me. And that's that piece. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, you know, I don't, I never needed to worry about other people talking about me because I was my biggest critic. I would go hard on me harder than anybody else ever could. I wouldn't give them the opportunity. It would look, I would do it myself, okay? But, you know, the conversations that we have with ourselves really shape what our life looks like. So, if you want to see better in your life, begin to adjust the conversations that you're having with yourself. How do you talk to you? Because you are with you 24 hours a day. And if you don't begin to adjust that conversation that happens with you, you will see a lot of struggle and hardship in your life. And I don't want that for you. I don't want everything to be viewed from a negative light, because though there's a lot of crazy in this world, there's a lot of beautiful in this world too. But it starts with your conversation. Okay. Let's see. So I'm testing out this theory, and I want y'all to let me know what you guys think of it. So while I have my book, I'm thinking of doing these like prints. And if this is something that you guys would be into, let me know if this would be something that you would be into. But it's like a print of my poem, but with an image. And this poem is called A Brief Moment with God in the Rain. Rain on me. I yearn for it. I reach out for you in desperation like a nomad who's been wandering the desert in search of an oasis. I don't need an umbrella to shield me from this rain. I want to be drenched from head to toe, covered in your spirit. I watch the rain. You are the rain. I want to take a walk in the rain. I wrote that one day while it was raining. My book is called These Dry Bones. For you asking, These Dry Bones, it is available on Amazon. Now, I want to share some things with you guys that are not in the book. So Juneteenth just passed. And for those who don't know what Juneteenth is, because I know on Aymo we have people from all over the world. If you are unfamiliar, Juneteenth is a holiday where the African American slaves who were in Texas, even though the Emancipation Proclamation happened, the slaves in Texas kind of didn't know that they were free. So Juneteenth is the day that is celebrated where they were told that, they were free. It's Freedom Day. And while I have lived my entire life in the United States, born and raised in California, I am of Nigerian descent. And so with that, I grew up being bullied and a lot of things because until Black Panther came out, it was not cool to be African, okay? So I've been called all kind of things, African booty scratcher, you name it, like just all the things. I was bullied. I was called not real Black because I was Nigerian, or am Nigerian, not was. But you get what I'm saying. So I wrote this piece and I want to share it with y'all. This piece is called Am I Black Enough for You? Let me get it. There we go. So this piece is called Am I Black Enough for You? Monsieur, Bawefene. Good morning. It is good to me I don't have to mourn the thought of my ancestors. But I often wonder about my Black brothers and sisters here in these divided states, whose stories, whose histories have almost been forgotten. So they only listen to his story, forgetting that history books are written by those in power. We are a people of griots, whose stories have been passed down from one generation to the next. So they thought if they could take away our fathers, our stories would be forgotten. If they sexualized our lips, our dips and curves, we would forget that crowns we once wore. In some ways, it seems to have worked because our women would rather be identified as a bad bee and our men fight over property that they are yet to hold the deed for. I say our because you are my people, but I'm feeling left out like Cinderella. My carriage of identifying with you turned pumpkin when you said I don't count as real Black. Tiana must be my middle name because that Judas kiss had me looking real froggish. California grown, born and raised, I am the Adiaha, the firstborn girl. The Bible teaches me that the first shall be last, so maybe that's why I'm always the last pick. Always seem to get the short end of the stick. African booty scratcher, they called me. Made me ashamed of these hips. But are we not the same? I just happen to be able to identify the exact country from which my ancestors came. While you tell me I'm not Black enough, they include me in your group. Willie Lynch still got us worrying about the dark and the light. Colorism seems to have hit every continent. We are a family. Let's allow the melanin to unite us. Let it ignite us to come together and create change so we can tell stories to the next generation of storytellers. And that's that poem. Yes. So yes, I wrote that. While I am of Nigerian descent, I'm not your typical Nigerian American girl. My parents did not meet in Nigeria like most Nigerians you will know. My parents met in the United States, and they're from two different parts of Nigeria, so they don't speak the same language. So they didn't teach us because my mom didn't speak my dad's language and my dad didn't speak my mom's language. And so I was saying good morning in my dad's language and in my mom's language at the beginning of this piece. So my dad speaks Ibibio and my mom she spoke Ijo. So two completely different languages, two different dialects. Nigeria has like over 100 different languages. So it's pretty wild. But most people, I think they speak most people speak Yoruba, or a lot of people speak Yoruba. I think it's one of the common languages, but my parents spoke neither and they didn't teach us. So here we are. But yeah, growing up, I was told I wasn't real black, and so that was the thing. Um, let's see here. I have probably two more pieces that I want to do. This first, let's see, this one I want to do. I wrote around Mother's Day. So if your mother is in your life, appreciate her, love her to the best of your ability, even if the relationship is rocky, even if the relationship, hasn't been the best. We only get one mother, and mine is no longer here. And I wrote this piece to address some things with that around Mother's Day. So yeah, this piece is called May. May it be well with my soul. May my mind reconcile the time in which I am forced to exist in now without you. A woman whose love I took for granted because I assumed you would always be here, be near, just a phone call away. How I wish today I could hear you fuss at me one more time. I cannot apologize for the hours I spent with friends over family because my childhood traumas had me bonded to a makeshift kinship that abandoned me in my time of grief. But even in my rebellious cycles, you never gave up on calling me home. They say home is where the heart is. But when your mind and your heart disconnect to survive, do you ever really find rest? When your mind and your heart disconnect to survive, your soul gets trapped in the loop, running from a past you don't realize ain't even chasing you. But my mind had me programmed to view everything as a series of unfortunate events. Finding the negative was easy. Like weeds, these thoughts wrapped themselves around every accomplishment or deed and entangled themselves until I thought they were me. May it be well with my soul. May my body begin reflecting the current state of consciousness I choose to reside. May she set aside the chaos of early life, release what was passed down from grandma's womb, find rest internally. May this body no longer be blamed for growing at rates outside of my control. Never should a 10-year-old be told she got DSL. This body that forced me to prove my age, while these men never cared that this forbidden fruit they lusted over was being carried by a preteen vessel. May it be well with my soul. May every touch that stained my self-esteem, that made me shamed of the curves that I carry, that locked itself in my hips, keeping me in a constant state of stress, shake loose and pass through. May it be well with my soul. That my heart and mind realign with your spirit, Lord. That even when my father forsakes me, you have placed me in the arms of a man whose heart is for you, whose heart is true, who leads me constantly to places of prayer. Even when the enemy tries to alter my destiny at the altars of false deities, you and your will for me is prosperity. May it be well with my soul. It is 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 well. It is well with my soul. And that's that. There is so much that I could say, but I want to say choosing joy is in your control. Regardless of what you have experienced, regardless of what has happened, joy is a choice. Happiness is fleeting, but joy is a choice. Oh, there's somebody named Joy in here. That's so funny. Joy is a choice. We can choose to be joyful in all situations. And I want, do I want to leave us with that? Or do I want to read one more piece? I know, oh, it's 4:34. What say ye? Shall I do one more or shall we end it here? One more. Okay, we'll do one more. One more. All right. This one I wrote for the ladies. I think I'm not sure if I read this last time, but it's okay. We've got new people here this time. So this one is for the ladies. Because I do have a poem on my Instagram. It's pinned to the top. It's for the men. And please, it is Men's Mental Health Month. So on my Instagram, there's a poem that I wrote for Black men. Please go share it with someone. Share it with the Black man that you know. If you know a Black man, go to my Instagram. I am Esty Marie on all platforms and no spaces. And share that poem. Share that poem with somebody, okay? Because I wrote it for them. But this one is for the ladies. Specifically melanated ladies, but if it applies, it applies. Hey. Dear Black women, your eyes have seen a world where your melanin has been sexualized rather than appreciated. Your plump lips have prayed for days where you would be embraced instead of groped. Dear Black women, your skin, sun-kissed, radiates the resentments of those trying to take all the parts of you. yet leave you behind. Your beauty, rising from your roots, captures the hearts of so many, although plenty deny they desire the essence of you. Dear Black woman, your strength has helped you through many battles, but in this moment, you are in safe space. Release the pressure of becoming everything for everyone. Lay your burdens down, Black woman. You deserve softness. You deserve adequate medical care. You deserve to speak with passion and not be accused of being angry. Dear Black woman, you deserve to be assertive without the false label of bossy or mean. Dear Black woman, you deserve humanity. That's that piece. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you joining me and tuning in. It's always fun to participate in the Aymo.Live series. There's always so much beauty that is there. Okay, I want to leave you guys with this one more, but like, I promise this is the last one. So listen, this one is called Promise Me. So it's a promise that you're about to make me, okay? So remember, you're promising me right now, okay? Out of all the noteworthy mistakes you've made, promise me you'll remember how much I adore you. The way you lean your head to the right when you're fishing memories from the ocean of thoughts in your mind. How you awkwardly laugh when you're unsure of what to do. The way you manage to keep a smile on your face when it seems like the entire world is imploding. Promise me you'll remember. No one else can leave your fingerprints in the world, so firmly grab hold of as many hearts as you can and mark them with the essence of your love. Unconditional. Promise me you'll remember. Okay, y'all gotta promise me. Promise me you'll remember. You are amazing. You are all the things beautiful in this world. That is you, and I love you. Yeah, please connect with me. I would love to connect with you all. Like, I think Vanja put it in the chat for me. Thank you, Vanja. I am Esty Marie on all platforms. That's where you can find me, on any social platform. That's it. I'm Esty Marie everywhere. Real simple. I am starting, and I have started a creative wellness community. So if you would like to write with me, go through prompts with me, I have journal prompts and devotionals that allow us to really think about where we are, being centered and focused on scripture and different things. Like this month, it is joy. The theme for July is sacred rest. If that is something that interests you, please shoot me a message so I can send you the link and all the things, because I would love for you to be a part of the community and get all the fun stuff, and we can grow together. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I hope that I will see y'all next time. Vanja, I cannot wait for whatever the theme is for the next one, and I'll be back. All right. I love y'all. Thank you so much. You guys are so beautiful and amazing, and I love you. This is me taking screenshots of the chat because I forgot to do it last time. You guys are so awesome, and I love y'all. Okay. Bye, y'all. Thank you. I think I pushed the button. I think I'm still live. Am I still live? I think I'm still live. Oh, it'll be up for a few minutes. Perfect. Perfect. Don't mind me, y'all. Okay, all right. I think I've got enough screenshots of all the things because you guys are just amazing. And I need to remember this moment because there's no replays. Okay, all right, for real. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, YouTube. I am still here. Okay, all right. So, Iroll, you said something in the chat. Sorry, I was live in two places. So, I was live on a whole nother platform, and I'm also live here. So, that is why I was saying bye. I was saying bye to them. I want to address your question. If you are still here, I think that's Iroll. I think that's how you say that. I'm so sorry if I'm messing it up. But you said, do you have some tips for overthinking? I heard that many people do that. Okay, so listen, overthinking, I'm guilty of that as well. Overthinking is a thing. But the easiest way to tackle overthinking is to just move in the moment and not allow yourself like too much time to overthink, because if you give yourself time to overthink, you are going to not do it. You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to come up with reasons and possibilities for why you should not do the thing or why it's not going to work or whatever the case is. But overthinking, we don't want to do that. So the easiest way to battle overthinking is to just do the thing in the moment that you're thinking about it. Just do it. Like my shirt says, just do it, okay? No problem. Like, as someone who was an avid overthinker, like, I can tell you, I promise you, if you just put yourself in the position to do it scared, just kind of jump out there, it, like, doing it scared will work. I promise you it will work. Do it scared. Well, I don't know when I will be live doing poetry again. I'm working on this. I'm working on putting myself on an actual schedule so that, I can do these lives more consistently. Every Monday, I am live though. Every Monday morning, I'm live doing a meditation on a scripture. This month, the scripture is Romans 8:28. And that's what I've been speaking towards on Mondays. So we are coming up on a new month. In July, there will be a new focus scripture. There's a new theme. These things are coming from my goal setting planner that I created. So I created a goal setting planner, and then I also have an online creative community. If that online creative community is something that you would like to be a part of, I would love to have you in that space. We meet monthly for live painting sessions, and we have devotionals where we are going through the word and just growing together, understanding what the word says. Oh, baby, I can't be your idol. I can't be your idol. I am nice, you know? And I do hope to inspire you, but I can't be your idol. No, ma'am. No, 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 no. Don't idolize me, because while I am special, I ain't nobody special. I ain't nobody for you to be idolizing. Okay, and nobody should be idolized. You can admire people. You can be inspired by people, but there is something so unique about you. You don't need to idolize anybody else, because God created you in such a way and in such a uniqueness that you bring something completely different than anybody else. Nobody can bring what you bring to the table. So when you embrace who you are and who God created you to be, you are bringing something that I need. I have something that you need, but you have something that I need. God created us to be able to be like pieces of a puzzle that fit together. So no one person has it all. No one person has everything all together. I need you just like you need me. So there's no reason to idolize anybody, because we all carry something unique and something special. Well, I'm glad that I was able to encourage you. All right. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to end this live now, because I got to get ready. I got a trip coming up, and I need to finish some things. So, I love y'all. I will definitely make sure that the replay of this is available in all the things. But, you can always subscribe to the channel, and you can follow me on all social platforms, and you can be a part of my creative wellness community. And in my community, you have more access to me. So I love y'all, and I will see you later. Bye.